What's up, guys? This is Matt Singer from ScreenCrush.com, and today we're counting down the top 5 most shocking Disney moments of all time. The Walt Disney Company has spent decades cultivating an image as a wholesome, all-American company. Their movies, television shows, and theme parks have entertained children for generations. But every once in a while, something a little off sneaks into their products. Now, occasionally, pranksters will try to pin hoaxes on Disney. This notorious dirty drawing, supposedly from Monsters, Inc., was actually created as part of a web contest and then later spliced into a scene from the movie, which was then uploaded to YouTube. The internet is a small world of deceit and trickery after all. All of these shocking moments, though, are real, starting with number 5, The Lion King. One of the most infamous moments in Disney history occurs in one of the studio's most beloved movies, 1994's The Lion King, about a young cub's journey to become Matthew Broderick or the leader of his tribe or something, I don't know. The shocking moment is so subliminal, I have no idea how anyone found it in the first place, but at the end of this scene featuring Simba, right before the dissolve, there's a cloud of, I don't even know, dust or something that floats through the air, and if you freeze it at just the right moment, the little particles spell out the letters S-E-X. Supposedly the letters were actually meant to read S-F-X, a nearly subliminal Easter egg that was hidden in the movie by members of the special effects department, hence S-F-X. But I gotta be honest, the swirling letters do look more like S-E-X than S-F-X, at least to me. Either way, let's get real here. How do you think the circle of life happens? Storks? Yeah, no. Next up on our list, number 4, Hercules. A few years later, Disney released Hercules, an animated version of the classic hero, which contains a scene where Hercules squares off with Nessus, the river guardian. Hercules socks him in the jaw and sends him hurtling hundreds of feet in the air, and when the river guardian falls back to Earth, all 4 of his horseshoes land right on his head, causing a cartoonish lump to form. But the lump sure looks like something else is, swelling on the top of his cranium. Like the Lion King example, this could be a case where something that was never intended to be sexual accidentally looked that way. But you don't have to have a mind as filthy as mine to see something suggestive in that shot. I'm not an expert on the anatomy of centaurs, though, so let's give the animators the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this is just where centaurs' swelling is located. Please, no one tell me if I'm right or wrong. I don't want to know. Next up, number 3, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Maybe this moment is a little bit less shocking since it involves the character of Jessica Rabbit, an overtly sexualized character in the middle of the live-action animated classic about the beloved cartoon character framed for murder. Still, frontal female nudity is not something one expects from a Disney character, even one with curves like Jessica. Nonetheless, that appeared to be the case in this scene from Roger Rabbit. During a car crash, Jessica is thrown from Benny the cab and her dress flies open. In movie theaters, the moment happens so quickly it's almost imperceptible to the naked eye.
Naked.
But when the movie was released on Laserdisc, pervs with freeze-frame buttons poured over the scene like it was the Zapruder film. The urban legend website Snopes.com confirms that there are 3 frames on the original Laserdisc with what appears to be adult content, but they say it's unknown whether this was simply a coloring error or a deliberate flash. Either way, here's a bonus fun fact. If you want to feel really gross about humanity, Google the phrase Jessica Rabbit car crash slow motion. It really works. On to number 2, The Little Mermaid. Ah, The Little Mermaid. A timeless children's classic. And look at the beautiful poster with Ariel and King Triton. And holy crap, there's a schlong in that castle! I mean, there is no mistaking that thing. I have seen actual penises that look less phallic than that castle. Once again, the website Snopes.com confirms the image, though they debunk the part of this urban legend that claims the poster was deliberately spiked, let's say, by a disgruntled Disney employee. According to Snopes, the poster was an accident caused by a tight deadline, and the artist responsible claims they were in such a hurry to finish the poster at, quote, about 4 a.m, that they never realized they'd accidentally given the movie the shaft until it was too late. Apparently, making poster art is a lot harder than it looks. An honorable mention here, the priests knee during the Little Mermaid wedding scene. From some angles, his knee looks quite excited about performing this ceremony. Okay, time for the number one most shocking Disney moment, the rescuers. This one is so crazy it's hard to believe it's true, but it is. Buried in the background of this scene from the delightful 1977 adventure, The Rescuers, are a couple of frames of a topless woman. And this isn't even cartoonish or suggestive nudity. These are live-action images deliberately spliced into the background by a mischievous artist, albeit so briefly no one noticed for years. There's no way to chalk this one up to a rush deadline or a misinterpreted special effect. It's a naked lady, plain and simple. In 1999, over 20 years after the film first premiered, Disney recalled more than 3 million copies of The Rescuers on VHS because of the offending images. A few months later, The Rescuers was re-released, sans the naked lady in the background. To this day, the man or woman who inserted this shot into two of the movie's more than 100,000 frames has never been identified. Naturally, though, someone on the internet rescued the footage and put it on YouTube, where it will now live forever. For Screen Crush, I'm Matt Singer. Thanks for watching, and for even more, make sure to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.